People come from all walks of life. They all have lives they lead. Any and all are welcome here to come and chat with me.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. Well, my guest has been here once before, and I'm happy to welcome them back. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert James Koyich. Welcome back to the show, Robert.
Hello, Nancy Guitar. How are you faring today?
I'm doing really good. I'm happy to see you. I really am happy to see you.
Thank you. I'm glad. Merci beaucoup.
Bienvenue. So what are there any updates on what you've been working on? Different projects?
I've been chipping away at the quarry, still digging with the fountains, working on 17 and 18. A book called Creation of the Catalyst is 17. I have the manual revision for that, and also working on the blocking of 18, which is consensus of our commitment. That's where I am with the fountains. With the giving group, we've done a few things over the past month and a half to solidify some of the foundation for partly the financial infrastructure for the giving group. We have a business account. Our 3 board members agreed that we can do we can use our debit card again. So like we can use our debit card for purchasing groceries. This past month, we put $500 onto onto 20 different cards. And also in contact with Ruth and Naomi's this week, and also Cyrus Center, the 2 of the groups that have some of our cards, and verified if there were any lost or stolen cards, and also to send replacement cards for cards that have been lost or stolen. We've had none stolen, which is nice, but there have been 2 or 3 or 4 people that have lost a card and we've replaced it, and then they've gotten another card and lost that, but we replaced one and only one card.
Right.
So I have 3 cards to send to Cyrus Center in the next week. Talked to Ruth and Naomi's yesterday. Contact there is fantastic. I don't know if I can mention her name publicly, but she's been a fantastic help for the program. What else is it? Chipping away at the quarry also for the creative work and the giving group, but also working landscaping. I've been on for about like 3 or 4 days a week, the job, which is a bit of a trip. I've had some mental health days where I've like lost my sanity a bit, but keeping at it. It's busy season and we're down an employee or 2, so stepping up to help Brad with his company. And Brad being my boss. Right.
And you mentioned when you were on the show before the first time that he's very understanding.
Yeah. He's been a great boss. He's been very forgiving and very graceful. And on some of the days where I'm complete trash and garbage, he's like, okay, just, you okay? You all right? You need to go home? And it's like, no, I'll keep going. Okay, sure. All right. Then make it through the day. And then the next few days are better. So
good for him. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. I'm glad for Brad. He's wonderful.
Yeah. And also good for you for working through it.
Yep. Yeah. It's a challenge. It's a bit of I don't like the word struggle, but that would be the word that I'd kind of associate with it.
Just stay here.
Anyway, that's the job stuff. Like the ideal situation is in the next half year to start selling a ton of books. I've not had many sales recently in the past month or 2, but still creating the books, forming the books. The books are still really good. I still think the best work for people to read is probably Shards My Soul if they're interested in the giving group, or if they're interested in the full saga, to go to Fragments of Intent and read that. I don't know. I'm not quite certain what my intents are. I know what my wishes, my hopes, my goals are, but I'm not quite clear where my heart is going to bring myself forward into doing more for the giving group, doing more for the books, and also maintaining loyalty to my job.
Yeah. Sometimes things just sort of fall in your lap, right? Or, no, I don't mean you personally, but everybody. Sometimes things just fall in your lap, or a door opens here, one closes there, right?
Yep. And there's some other rooms that I'm allowed to be a part of. I'm allowed to be a part of Happy Friends, which meets on Friday. They have a public Facebook group. They're still fantastic people. Also working with Creative Connectors. We've had, I guess I'd say, successful meetings in the past like 3-4 weeks, where there's been about 3 or 4 of us talking about some of the work. And Jackie of Happy Friends is having a relationship workshop this Sunday. So this will be after this video is posted.
No, I'm going to get this done today.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So yeah, October 10th, this Sunday, Jackie at 9:00 Pacific, she's having a relationship workshop, and I'm not clear about where the link is or how that'll be shared, but that'll be interesting because Jackie's focus and her love and her fascination is with relationships. So
Okay, well, you could always ask her if she wants to send me the link to me on Facebook and
Yeah.
just to my personal page. I will share that if she wants.
Sure, that'd be awesome. Yeah, thank you, Nancy. Nancy,
Oh,
well,
my
good.
pleasure. My pleasure. The whole, what I want to do is give people a platform for whatever they want to talk about.
Oh, and you're bridging and bonding a ton of people too, like connecting like connecting with all the individual people, like a spoke at a hub, and then getting the wheels spinning, like so it all works together. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love doing it, so if I can help, I'm happy to do that. And if you ever, when you recommended Treeside Martin, right?
Yep.
And we had a good interview, and I like that. I like when people can recommend somebody or suggest somebody. So that always works well for me. So if you know anybody, anytime, just say, yeah, why don't you, check with Nancy Guitar, see if you want to be in the show, and they can always check it out on YouTube.
Yeah.
To see what it looks like, right? So now let's get back to something you mentioned. You mentioned like what your dreams and your goals would be, like if you if you had your way, say, right?
Oh yeah, the fantasy.
Yeah. Let's talk about the fantasy though. Why not?
Sure, cool. Pardon me?
Why not? I think it's great,
Okay, well, I don't know. Ideally, the $5 idea that the giving group started with is if literally every person in Chilliwack gave $5 a month towards providing for the homeless community, we could house everybody easily and provide them food. That's like, can't expect 100%. We've talked about that. You can't expect 100% compliance. But ideally, I think it'd be fantastic. Some of and you saw the picture also on my wall over the left-hand side that had 100,000 people housed is one of the goals. And that's more than just Chilliwack for providing the giving group outside of Chilliwack. But eventually the concept is if people would volunteer 2 hours a week towards any charity or cause or organization, even the care homes. Because some people have been concerned, why would we help the homeless if the seniors need support? That's an argument I've heard from some people. But honestly, if people would give 2 hours of volunteer work in the form of cash, that's about $25, $30 a month. So we need only about 20% of the population to give that much. And we could literally find homes for everybody.
Yeah, right. And one of the things I'm beginning to realize too, that there are a lot more associations now helping the seniors. Groups, right?
Yeah.
So that you can do both, in my opinion. You can help the homeless and help the seniors.
Yeah, in different hearts in different ways. Similar with that, I made a post recently about the happiness. You like that post where the balls. This balloon has somebody's name on it. Bring that happiness to that person.
Yeah.
Instead of searching through a balloon, thousands of balloons, this person needs help. I know I can help them with that. So step forward and help them with that.
Right. Now, I'm just wondering if, I don't know if that will work for you, but there is a group called the Kindness Chain. Chilliwack.
I haven't heard of the Kindness Chain, but I know Chilliwack Citizens for Change is a group on Facebook.
Well, the Kindness Chain is they mostly with seniors. They help mostly with seniors, but you might want to connect with them. I think they're on Facebook under Kindness Chain. If not, let me know, because I know the person who started it, him and his wife started it. And it's a group, they came from, is it Pakistan originally?
Wow.
And they started this help, giving, volunteering, and they got their children involved and stuff. So you might, I don't know if that would work out if you connected with them. It's just a suggestion I put out there.
Please send me the link via Messenger. We're connected on Facebook, so send me a link via that. That'd be great.
And they can say yes or no. That'll be, that'll be up to you to talk to them like that.
Yeah, just connection. Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't even have said that online on camera. Maybe, I don't know. Too late. Too late to take it back, right?
Yeah.
Too late to take it back. So, and now talk again about your books, and so that people can find them. Okay, where would they go to the title?
The where the books are available, the best link is through Amazon, just amazon.ca for Canada, or amazon.com or UK, or wherever the person who's seeing this is. And if you go to the books, searching books and just Robert Koyich, my first and last name, it shows on the screen right now, that name. It'll show a list of a ton of books. If you're gonna read the books, I'd recommend Fragments of Intent. I think it's 17 Canadian for the copy. Then the next book is Sans Yesterday. That was the 4, 5, 6. I bundled 1, 2, 3, and then release 1, 2, 3 release. And the 3-part books are Fragments of Intent, Sans Yesterday, Shards of My Soul, Mosaic of Miracles, The Waters of Life. Those are the 5 main books right now in the series in order. And I don't know, it's a trip. I started writing for the girl. Like I was fascinated with this Natalie Imbruglia. I was like just head over heels about her for like more than a few years. And I thought if I wrote a book and shared the book with the world and she read a copy, she'd come and meet me. And that's how I meet my girl. But highly unlikely that Imbruglia is my love son. But at the same point, it's also cycled back in the creation of 16, 17, 18, where that isn't released now. That's the book Winds of Change, where I close 18 with a crush that I had about 2-3 months ago, a gal named Emma, who's just a fantastic human being, but she's gone offline recently. But it's kind of started with the famous girl, and then if I'm not going to go for the girl, what will I do for the world? Started to the giving group, providing point, sharing, and then the housing model for housing providers, the shared equity concept at the end of Mosaic, and then in the waters of life after Mosaic, realized that covering people's rent is far more efficient. And so they went back to providing again. But it's all these nice fanciful ideas, but how do we activate them? And I'm not going to do it just one kid in his books alone. It's got to be like, the world. So I have to get past my fear of being known and having people say, I'm interested in what he has to say. Let's read his book. Like that.
Finding like-minded people, right?
I'm not entirely sure about that. I think there would be some people that would be fascinated that might pick it apart and dissect it. And like, there's an element of some people that might think some of what I've written in these books about the audacious wishes and goals are completely foolish and irrational. But Jason Lum, a counselor in Chilliwack, had recommended that it's not irrational, it's aspirational. So just a slight language change there, because the irrational kind of minimizes and says, oh, I can't do it. Yeah. But the aspirational says, I have a hope we can do this. And it'll take a ton of effort and a ton of people, but we can provide for everybody. It's just collaboration.
Yeah. And I think that's an awesome plan, an awesome thought,
Yeah, it's nice. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, okay. So now Sunday, it's remind me again of what that.
The Sunday is a relationship workshop with Jackie Yu.
Okay.
Happy Friends is her group, but it's outside of Happy Friends. This is her personal project she's working on.
Okay. And then what's your next move, you personally?
Well, I've got landscaping tomorrow, Saturday, and then on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then next Saturday. Obviously, I'll keep Creative Connectors open, stay with Happy Friends. For the giving group, I've really had difficulty about asking people for money and fundraising. That's something that I've been awful about. I'm not very confident about telling people they, in quote, should give to the program.
Yeah.
But we do give tax receipts now. So gathering more providers and also gathering more readers are two of the desires. But I have a block in my heart of getting past that wall of out of my space, out of my world and into the world. So that's a trip. And also, I guess I want to help some people with their work. Another thing I had thought of with my friend Kathy on Sunday is also doing like hour-long or 2-hour-long sessions, or however long, if people only need half an hour, to have sessions with people that want to publish a book and know how to self-publish and use Amazon, using the screen share to show all of the elements of KDP Select so that people can self-publish. So that's another idea. I don't know. Beyond that, I just went looking away. I realized there's still some debris in my heart that I need to clear, some processing and shedding of some of the fragments and bits that are in my psyche and soul.
Right.
So need some personal work also, but I don't have a therapist right now. But
listen, we could all use personal work, and I always think that I'm an ongoing project. In my head, right? I'm an ongoing project. So we have to learn and grow whenever we can, and accept what's thrown at us or given to us.
Yeah.
Right.
And from dear Glenn of Happy Friends, also, it's not things happening to us like a victim, but happening for us to support us and give us the opportunities and availability to do what we want to do from our core central heart desire.
Right. Anyway, listen, Robert, well, I know this is kind of a short interview, but I do really appreciate you coming back on. And I
appreciate it also, Nancy. Thank you.
Oh, anytime. I love having you. I love talking to you here. Well, yeah, I find you a fascinating person, and I like your honesty. Because that makes a big difference. If you can look at yourself and say, this is what I am, and this is what I'm trying to do, and it might not be logical,
All the muddle and muck.
Yeah. Anyway, so stay on camera while I say goodbye to everybody.
Yeah, sure, yes, please. Thank you.
All right,
Okay.
everybody. I hope you enjoyed listening to Robert James Koyich once again, and he's on Facebook. You can always find him there. Yeah, and watch the show and subscribe and all those good things. And peace out, everybody.
A sense of community, Chilliwack's a place to be. A sense of community when you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see.